Bunch of Papers Podcast, hottest podcast in the world, man.
In the world.
There you go. We got our guest. Go ahead, y'all. Introduce yourself. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm Chucky.
Chucky, man. You already know, man. Your engineer, your favorite podcaster. Chucky here. What's happening?
Yo, is it my turn?
Yeah,
Oh, shit. My name is Dxsco. I'm a local DJ out here. Been DJing for about, what is it? I don't know, 17 years. But what up?
Maya Lawyer here. Catch me on Instagram at Maya Fitness. Subscribe to my YouTube, Vida de Diamantes. We about that female empowerment. I'm so happy to be here.
Love
Hey,
it.
I love it. Go ahead. So, we're all here about the DJ Dxsco. What's up, man? How'd you become this DJ? I mean, first of all, Reform is cracking off top. So I mean, I know you out there getting it cracking. So how'd you land that gig? How'd that come about?
Shout out Reforma. So Reforma happened, it was like a homie, Jay Patron. Shout out my homie Jay Patron. On cameras. It's a childhood friend, actually. I'm Colombian and Mexican. Raised Colombian. I've known this cat since literally I was like 4, and our dads would party together. It was just like those memes where like you're falling asleep while they're still partying at 4 in the morning. We were napping next to each other. That's like how close we were. We didn't know we didn't know that we did music. So 18 happened, right? We both turned 18. We didn't know we did music. I was on a tour stop. Coincidentally, we came to the desert for one of the stops, and my boy was like rapping, and I was DJing.
Wow. That's fucking
wait, what? It was literally full circle moment. We didn't talk to each other because I left in 07. Cal State San Bernardino.
Okay. Shout out to Cal State.
Yeah. Okay. So I was out in the IE for about like 10 years.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Shout out to the IE, man. Shout out to the IE.
I look. I'm through and through from out here. I'm born in Indio, raised in Kyoto City. But the homie Noah James said, "It's not where you're from, it's where you're found." Yeah. And that's definitely one of the places. That's the truth. I found myself, bro. And that's like where all my musical shit like started out there. So yeah, shout out to IE, man.
That's from where you found. I ain't heard that one.
That's Noah James, bro. I don't know if you got Noah James. Know him, but he's a rapper from the IE. He's fire, bro. He's Noah James. Yeah,
Shout out to Noah James.
We got Flop Block and a couple, and like at the end of the week on Saturday, I think, for a hip hop show. But yeah, shout out him. He's a big reason why I'm doing I did a lot of the things that I did in the IE and in the music scene. But
I like that.
yeah, I don't know if I answered that question yet, but but that's how I got into Reforma. So it was a homie Jay Patron, so shout out Jay Patron.
What are some challenges like when it comes to DJing? Is it hard to find gigs?
So I've been doing this for about since 2007. I didn't take it serious until 2010. It didn't get serious until like 2010, but I think some of the biggest challenges is when you're starting out is like your family like not taking you serious.
They're not really seeing the same vision as you.
Oh,
you know
facts.
what I mean?
But thankfully I had a couple people behind my back. Like my mom, like it was probably 2013 was like my first tour offer, and my mom was like, "Fucking go do it.
Yeah,
like, you can go to college whenever you want." Like and mind you, I'm fucking pulled out loans to be in college and all this shit. And so she was like, "Fucking go do it." So I was like on a 2.5-month tour with Murs. I don't know if you guys remember Murs. Murs used to throw paid dues. He used to have like these long big dreads. The whole Murs for President, like I was on MTV for a while. But it's like underground like hip hop. That's what I was like really involved in at that time.
And prior to this, you hadn't had any tours? Or
no, nothing, bro. I was like roughing it out in the IE club, like just starting getting paid, bringing in 80 people and only getting paid $50. And then that was even if I got paid those nights, you know. Like, so
but when you're grinding, though, that'd be exciting.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, what? I got paid for
And
this?
for me, bro, like when I first was starting, like that was like the whole reward was like getting the people out and being able to play for them.
was talking about well, the original question was the difficulties of like being a DJ.
And you said your family.
Well, you know what?
Okay,
Well, you know
your
what? I
family
have
can
another
hold you
question.
back sometimes.
I got a
Yeah.
question that goes along with that. So since we were talking about it, like, would you say, you know, in that time where you were facing challenges, you were just starting out, you know, you weren't too serious about it. You're talking about how you were doing it for the people. Would you say that was really your motivation? Kept you going, kept pursuing it, even you know though you weren't seeing a lot of progress, maybe. I don't know.
I think the biggest thing that kept me going was just like the wanting to do more. Like, that's what I was sorry. Sorry. I'm gonna go back. Being at my age and doing so many things and still, you know, wanting to do more. But I think I found something in me at my age now with the DJ community and the people that I've built relationships with is like building community right now. It's like being the OG to younger DJ homies that like didn't have an OG like me and there were gatekeepers and all that shit. So that's kind of like, that's kind of like what I was trying to get into all that. Is like, I think that's one of my biggest challenges right now. Is still
Be the mentor you wish you had.
Yes, bro. Facts. And like, I feel like not only that, bro, I can learn things from people that 10 years younger. I'm still learning things from my younger homies right now. You know, things that I'll probably get into later in this combo of like some of my new ventures, like, and I'm learning from some of my younger homies. You know, so there's always more. And fuck all that pride shit about like being too good and like thinking you've done enough, bro. There's way too much to do to like be like I'm done. I've done a lot of dumb shit, and honestly, bro, sometimes I forget about it because like my mind is just on like, okay, what's next? You know what I mean? Like,
And that's the best way.
yeah.
So I'm an old school cat, so it's like I like that DJ with
You know, remember Juice when Quick was up there playing the DJ battle back and forth?
In the movie Juice?
Yeah.
With Queen Latifah as the judge?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, shit.
That's
One
what's
of the
up.
first times I heard like scratches in the movie. I thought that shit was so dope.
I thought it was so sick. So, like, have you ever been a part of that type of culture of DJing? Like, where they were like, hey, suck my.
So check it out. So when I was doing the club shit when I first started, in the IE, like the music scene was like very like vibrant and like growing, and with that it was the DJ scene too. So, but it was super like hip hop. So it was like super like your scratch DJ, your this and that. So that's kind of like how I got into DJ. Like I was going to the clubs, to the electronic clubs, like listening to house music and all that stuff. But the DJs that really like, I was like, how the fuck do they do that? Was those turntablist DJs that were scratching, doing that shit all over like house and stuff. And then it was just like all my genre bending. So that kind of like that whole era is what I got. So I started, what, 07? So that was the era too where scratching and all that shit was in it. I was in a couple battles. I think like the most important one was I got beat by one of my mentors. I got second place. That was a Red Bull battle at Cal State San Bernardino. Shout out DJ, please. But after that, it kind of just started turning into something else.
Yeah.
How they judge that? How can you even judge
I know. How do you judge that? That's interesting.
Bro, you want to know how he beat me? Bro.
Give my man's a lighter. Give my man's a lighter ASAP. Okay.
Red Bull 3 style, right?
Yeah.
And you have to have 3 different styles, whatever. So he looped a certain part in Bees in the Trap. You know when she goes from the islands to Waikiki, right? So he had it looped, and it was like, and then he started going. And then he put the fucking fucking track on and it was like, so the crowd went crazy. I even got on there.
So is it? So it's the crowd chooses the winner. It's not like judges or nothing like that.
I mean, it is the judges, but the judges like they see off the reaction.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I thought I had some pretty cool like wordplay stuff going on, like, but when he did that shit, I was like, and he's one of the first guys to teach me how to scratch, so that shit was like.
I appreciate it.
Dog, yeah.
lessons from their L's.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when
Oh,
you know
big
how to
time.
take
Yeah,
it, bro. Like,
yeah.
I always learn fucking lessons from my ex all the time.
Absolutely.
Nipsey
You
Hussle
got to learn
said,
from else.
What's the point of a mistake without the lessons? You know? Facts.
Absolutely. So I mean, like, so what's your goal with this DJ and stuff, man? Is like, you know, what's the future look like for you? You know what I mean?
So right now I'm working on producing a lot more. We're working with a couple homies behind the scenes, getting shit right. I've always produced, but I was doing like lo-fi, and I was like producing for like my hip hop homies back in the day. But
When you say producer, just real quick, you mean like is that like editing music and stuff, making beats?
Making beats, yeah, making beats. Like, so right now I'm like, my whole shit's been. I love every genre. I can say that with. At Reforma, bro, I'm mostly playing like Latin and reggaeton, right? Some hip hop in there, but I genuinely love every genre of music.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I genuinely love to make. I just have never made it the correct way. Like from a producer standpoint, like I could have made some bullshit back in the day, but now I'm making some real shit that like I could play and play in clubs, you know, and play at festivals and shit like that.
So is there like a specific genre that you are, I would say you master that?
Like, do you like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but I mean, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna lie, I'm ignorant. What's house music?
So I
ain't gonna lie,
it's
like-
what people think is like unsa music, but it's like it's something that like in the 80s and like was being played, but it's more like 120 to 128 beats per minute type music.
Like that techno.
Obviously now it's like techno, and it's just, but there's such a big umbrella. It's like saying like hip hop, but then there's like, you know, there's so many genres of hip hop, like R&B. There's so many different. There's like R&B like Brent, but then there's R&B like Genuine, and there's R&B like this. So there's so many different genres of it. But my main one is house music, which is like just like shit. But house music influenced by like the shit that I listen to, which is like rap, and all that shit. So it's like how to make a dope party, really. Like, but it's just, that all comes from like the disco era, which the disco era was nothing but like 4x4 music, like upbeat. It was, you know, you would go to those disco clubs and like they would be playing popular songs, but they would make disco in it, which was like house before it was house. You know, like disco was really that, and like that's, you know, that's kind of like where my DJ name comes from too. Is like disco. Disco comes from discoteca, which is like a club in Spanish. Yeah. So yeah, it was like, but it's funny. I used to go by Kid Disco, but Kid Disco was like a super EDM thing. But all my rapper homies would be like, they would just call me Disco. So I was like on tour one time, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just change this shit to Disco. It sounds way better, and then I ended up Xing out the I, and that's why it's DXS came out. So.
I like it. Creative.
So, what was it? What's your next venture? What is the biggest like venue? Where you want to go? Where's your direction? Where's your?
She said, well, I mean, so 2023, I was fortunate enough to play Coachella, and when I came out here, that was Coachella 2023.
I went. Were you in the?
I was in the Gobi State, so I'm gonna kind of.
That's crazy. If y'all don't know, that's crazy to play for Coachella. Being from out here and playing Coachella, that's an out of body experience. Has to be.
No, it's fucking wild. It was wild. That year, I think it was Danny Lux. Danny Lux and I were the only people from the desert to play Coachella. So that was like an honor. But to kind of explain that whole situation was crazy because one of my homies, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Biggest Letter E. He's a rapper out here.
What is it called?
The Biggest Letter E.
No.
White boy with dreads. Can sing his ass off, rap his ass off.
No.
Look him up.
He
I gotta
just
look him up.
Yeah,
look him
for
up.
sure.
You guys should definitely get him in here for a podcast.
Yep.
For sure.
We're gonna definitely make
We
that
just
happen.
opened the West is One show in, what was it, November? So, anyways, he's fucking dope. I was in his chair I don't know if he's in here, but I was in his chair. I got the text.
Yeah.
They had hit me up to do the campgrounds, like the dome, the little dome, and so I was like, dude, responded to this email with like, if you're down. And I was like,
of course.
That shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's crazy because then I had just talked, like during that era, I had just gone through like a heartbreak too. Like right before that, and it was just like we were talking about all these goals that I wanted to do, and it's just crazy because like I'm a firm believer of like speaking things into
Yep. Manifestation.
Yes,
Manifestation, bro.
that is real.
For sure.
In my fucking mind too, like I feel like it's been tangible in some fucking way, and we would always talk about that shit. And it was just a trip, so of course I agreed. It was weekend one. I was supposed to be a part of the campground tour, the campground show. I was gonna DJ a couple times a week, or that week. But the Wednesday before that, I had KTLA reached out to me. And they wanted to interview me, like being a local playing at Coachella. But this is before I was even on the lineup plan. Bro. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? You know? And mind you, like, but a lot of people don't know, like, before this, there was so much to it, you know, the tours, all that. And I've always, my mind, fucking be humble and don't ever like dope shit like make you arrogant. So I always like be giving myself imposter syndrome. Like so whatever. So I was like tripping out. I was like, of course. So they fucking interviewed me. I had a whole ass segment on there saying about how I was gonna DJ on the campgrounds. I was one of the locals. Come Thursday before, or the Thursday or Wednesday before. I'm about to, the next day, go to the campgrounds with the whole crew, and I get a text from my homegirl, Javi Bass Moves. She's a DJ out here as well. She does gasolina before. She sends me a picture of a screenshot, and it's my name on the actual, like, the Saturday lineup. Dude. And I'm like,
Saturday too?
You're I was like, you're trolling me. So I looked that shit up, and yeah, bro, and I go to the page, and I'm like,
yeah.
And my girlfriend at the time, but my wife now, she was like, and during that time too, it's like, she was so she was unfazed, and that's why she's my wife, because she didn't care about none of the shit that I was doing, you know, like, she was like, oh, he's a cool guy, you know. But I think that moment, like, when I told her, like, I'm fucking on the line. Wow. I think that's when it kind of hit her, like, okay, he's serious about this stuff, you know? Like, you know, I had told her about all the tour stuff, and she didn't really know, like, some of the artists, you know. But yeah, so then that shit happened, bro. And everything else was just, the whole weekend just was so quick. I got to play at the Gobi tent on Saturday. I opened that, but I mean, Chromeo was on that.
Who was the main one? Who was the main on that card?
Chromeo and Idalio. It was like super like
Spanish
Latin trap, dude.
Yeah.
So a couple other dope artists. That shit's wild. Like still now, like I look back and I'm like, I still don't believe it.
So real, huh?
Bro, it's still so surreal.
You be able to say that, have a story like that?
That shit's wild, bro. Yeah, no, thank you, man. That shit's like still.
So when you started, did you see the vision already, or were you like doubting yourself? Did you see yourself headlining Coachella?
No, not at all. Like DJ?
Yeah.
No. Hell no. Dude, when I first started, like, it was just like, it was, because I did that hip hop thing for so long, right? So I opened up for people like 2 Chainz, I opened up for DMX twice, Currency like probably 4 or 5 times, bro. Like, yeah, I was in that shit, bro. Dipset, I'll tell you guys the story about Dipset, playing basketball, Dipset, fucking,
You met
Jurassic Park, bro. I'm 35. A lot of people don't know, but like, I mean, yeah, I'm thinking I look a little older. But like, sometimes people are like 35. I'm like, fucking yeah, it's like a little bit blood. That gives me but I've been doing it, and that's why a lot of times people ask me, you know, like how you ask me, how do you do Coachella?
to that. And it's like, it's all the work that I've put in from doing the stories about like getting paid $50 an hour at these clubs. Like I did that for a long time. And the hip hop stuff, I gave up like basically 90% of my time to be with the homies, opening up for the shows, you know, and like, bro, sometimes I had probably like $20 in my pocket, enough to pay for the parking at the fucking at the Nuvo or whatever show we were playing at, you know, literally, and the weed in my pocket.
So I wanted to ask you, so like, so what about the schooling? Like, is that completely erased? Is that still in the back of your school? Because remember you say you want to
Oh shit!
that's in the afterthought. Right?
No, I'm just kidding.
You're right. Go ahead and say it, bro.
No, look, this is what I will say for anybody who's like in school right now trying to pursue a degree or whatever it is. School will always be there. If you're doing it right now, by all means do it. But if you're not happy inside, like, don't go by the society standards of like what the world wants you to be, because at the end of the day, you're gonna fucking die and you're gonna either be happy with what you did or not happy with what you did. And my shit is like, school was fun, and maybe I'll have an itch to go back. But I mean, if and when, maybe. But I recommend anybody, like, if that's like not your thing, don't let yourself be forced to that. You're gonna give so much time into that and not be happy at the end of it. You know, like, do it. Go to, if you're a kid, go to college. But if you have a goal of what you really want to do, because I went to college I wanted to go to play soccer, but because of that, all my friends that I met, and I was in a fraternity. I met the fraternity homie who took me out to that club in Riverside that I was exposed to the DJs, and I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. So don't get me wrong, college experience is great, you know, but I would say don't force yourself into something that, like, if you're not happy, like, if you do want to be a doctor, go to school. You know, the things that require you to go to school, fire. But dude, there's so many kids that like want to be artists, want to be DJs, want to be YouTubers, all that. You know, want to be podcasters. You know, like
go do it.
It just sucks because a lot of like your parents were supportive.
Yeah.
Bro, a lot of
I mean, my mom.
not holding back from like some shit that you're really passionate about, but they don't see it because the traditional way is to like, oh, go to school, do it this way, you know, step by step. But it's like nowadays, there's so many avenues to get paid. So many avenues.
I'm not in the class A.
So yeah.
I fuck with school in the sense of like, if you need to like find that goal, go, because that's what I did, and I ended up. I mean, I don't have a degree in DJing, but like I did because of college. I found what I wanted to do.
Do they have any college courses, by the way, about DJing? I bet they do.
I was trying to do something with the Palm Springs Unified. So, sorry. For about the same time that I was DJing, up until 2020, I worked with schools. And I was a program coordinator for a lot of after-school programs. So, this, me smoking on camera, I would have never done before, bro. You know, but it's a blessing why things happen the way it happened. COVID hit, bro. 350 of us lost our. I thought that was gonna be my career. It was like kind of like always half and half with the DJing, you know, and work. And I was like, okay, like I need to get my shit together as an adult. But then like that shit happened, and it was either sink or swim, and I fucking swam. So here we are. But what were we talking about? So with that whole thing was, I was trying to eventually maybe do something. Shout out to Alpha Alpha. He has worked with the school district, and he does these little concentrated DJ classes, or he has in the past. And because of that, one of his old prodigies is like one of my good friends, DJ Seabass.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's a local DJ out here. You've heard of Seabass for sure. He's been at Reforma as well. But yeah, that I feel like there's not enough funding for that stuff like that.
I was wondering, like, is there? I mean, I don't know how much you know about like DJing in schools, but I would assume like if you go online on YouTube, you could probably get better education.
There's courses for everything.
Yeah, it's courses for that shit. You can get it for free, and it might be more effective. And for you, by the way, how did you learn? Like, did you learn from like hands-on YouTube? Like,
it was like hands-on and some YouTube too. I mean, YouTube wasn't as big as a part of my life as it is now. I realized when I had the premium, and I was like, why the fuck are you paying for premium, bro? Because I really be on YouTube like that. A lot of us don't realize like we're really on YouTube
without premium.
Dude, I can't either, dog. No, but it's so true. And I mean, I think that was a lot of that. It was like the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It was the just hands-on. I think back then it was a lot more analog because I learned on turntables and shit. Now you can buy a controller and just hook everything up.
You can do it on your phone now and then.
And honestly, there's a lot of purists in like the DJ world that are like, oh, if you don't learn vinyl, you're fucking not a DJ. Honestly, dude, it's all the same.
Yeah,
it's all fucking. It's all
Mimics the turntable so well now that like you don't need a fucking $3,000 setup. You know, like you need a computer.
Like Tyler James, bro. Like,
Oh, bro, I
like
love
a big $100,000 studio. You've been doing with $1,000 bucks.
Yeah. Like all that extra expensive shit. Like, you know, now you got a little keyboard, you got a little, I said a little baby. I was at Walmart actually walking around. I ain't gonna lie. I remember boycotting Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I was hard to do it when I was like, it was my big birthday, and I'm thinking about, what am I trying to get? I seen a little DJ table over there.
bro, nice.
Real ass. I'm like, it had the mix aside shit.
You can really scratch on that.
hey, DJ. Mike.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I was like, damn, that shit legit.
What up, Fredo? Yeah, so because you could like with the technology now, bro, it's like such an advantage, and that's why like there's like 15, 16-year-old kids like fucking making like phenomenal music and shit. Like I'm like, I wish.
Yeah.
Bro, I had an old like PC with like Fruity Loops on there. Like I had to fucking download everything illegally on LimeWire. Like,
Yep.
You know, that was
And then I would think it's a lot based off of talent too. Like obviously equipment does matter, but if you're just super talented, you just get the little Akai little mixer, you'd be good to go. You know.
And that is true though. Technology will make a good DJ, a DJ good.
Yeah.
But like it'll make
A great DJ.
A great DJ.
Yeah, make sure. Absolutely.
That shit is so. Yeah. Shout out to.
Man, you must have been to so many concerts. What was the best concert you've ever been to? You have to have that.
Wait, now are we talking concert? He just attending yourself, or
Yeah,
you're
well,
DJ?
period. Just anything that you've ever like. You might not have been a part of it. You might have been in the crowd. You might have seen it.
I mean, that's really hard to say. I mean, obviously, like Coachellas are like up there, but like
Beyonce was the best one for me.
Beyonce was
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, you stand there for like 10 minutes, niggas was going, oh my god! Oh yeah.
I'm dead. I think I think the ones that hold more meaning to me though were like the first like festivals and stuff that I went to, like when I was like
It's coming up.
as a DJ. So I think I'd probably have to say like the raves and stuff in like San Bernardino. But besides that, like all the shows that like I did were super dope. I mean, I think some of the dopest performers though. I think DMX stopped the show and did 100. He did 100 push-ups.
Wow.
That man, R.I.P. He was out of his mind, but he stopped the show. He did 100 push-ups, had everybody counting to 100.
Right.
He got up and did, I don't know, I think it was like Party Up after that. Like, he was definitely one of the best like I've ever seen. 2 Chainz was so swaggy, bro. Like, that man, floats in the room.
Yeah.
And and his chains and everything, bro. He's so tight. I think one of the best performers I've ever seen like live, though, that I don't know if you guys have ever seen Erykah Badu live.
Ooh,
Not live.
that'd be crazy.
I know that was a dream.
That would be crazy.
Wow.
No.
How was that? Tell us about that.
Long Beach in the open next to the Queen Mary. Bro, she started like beat making a beat live. I was like,
She is angelic.
Yeah, she really is.
Angelic. I love her.
Yes. So she's definitely probably one of the best performers I've seen.
Nice.
And she was like right after Common. So I thought that was hilarious.
think the most intimate one like was Big Sean when he was like barely like almost that Finally Famous like album type of shit, and like we were in like Sacramento, and it was like a little ass venue where he's just like right there. I'm like, and then like next week I'm hearing him blowing up like. I'm like, I got lucky and got to see that shit live right before you like really
We're like, I was there before.
So I got a question. What does the pinnacle of DJing look like, and how close to the pinnacle do you want to get?
I think the pinnacle is just
Like name a DJ that's a pinnacle, like top of the game, you know, like the Eminem of DJing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the Clooney, the John Summit guys that are like, because I feel like in the DJ world, like as a hip hop DJ, you could only make it so much.
Yeah.
And then there's like the EDM shit where all the money's at. So I would say like the John Summits, the Clooney's, the Gordos, basically all the big DJs that are gonna be at the Disclosures, the Swedish House Mafia when they did the thing with Weekend at Coachella, like it's like those dudes. So I feel like the pinnacle is like that. Like
So if they're a 10, what would you like to see yourself at a 10?
if they're a 10,
If they're a 10.
It sounds like you're trying to be a producer though now. Like you're trying to switch your way a little bit.
so if they're a 10,
Yeah.
damn. If they're a 10, I got fucking 3 or 4. Honestly, my whole thing is like, as long as I make my stamp in like, because we have to realize like we all live in time, like, and these like historic moments in time of like, now we're in this like revolution in like the desert where like the music scene and like creatives are just growing, and it's like the beginning of that. In 10 years, like, and it's all because of the festivals and all that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
In 10 years, it's gonna be like people are gonna be coming to the desert to see the local DJs, like DJ type shit, and see the creatives, all that. I feel like as long as I leave some kind of stamp in our time in music history, where people can look back and be like, one, he like created a lot in general, created for his community, like in his community of creatives, and just I mean obviously probably the thing that is not talked about enough, but like living well and living like off of the money part obviously is like the shit, you know, like obviously I'm making a living off DJing, but I want to be able to be like, my grandkids are going to do, you know, like, you know, so I think that's like, for me, it's like maybe reaching a 7 or 8, I would be completely okay. I don't need to be a 10, like, and that's the thing, I'm not doing this shit to be like famous, rich famous, but like famous, like, there's so many people too, like, we all have a creative that we know is like a behind the scenes person, but they're fucking like, I mean, a lot of us could say the name, like certain names, but half of us aren't gonna know who that person is. You know, it's like Kanye. All the biggest dudes have those dudes behind the scenes. You know, like it's like obviously we know Top Dog, right? Yeah. Because of Top Dog Entertainment. But it's like if Top Dog Entertainment wasn't named after him, like we would know who Top Dog is, but only because we're in that scene and we understand it. But Top Dog's that fucking dude. He doesn't need to be in the front and look at everything he's created. So it's like I'm okay with being behind the scenes as long as I know I've created something. Oh yeah. That's all I really care about.
Nah, I like that. That's a great answer. Let's switch it up, man. Let's ask more of a fun question. Like, what hobbies are you into outside of DJing and stuff? Do you have kids? Like, let's talk a little bit about that.
My kids, shout out to my wife. I mean, outside of my family and all the stuff that we do, which is like we go to LA a lot, and go to museums and do just real like cutesy type shit. I love doing shit like that. I was just at Disney with my sister. I love doing that shit too. I think like 2 of my guilty pleasures are probably going to Disney a lot.
Nice.
I was a Disney adult, but like I be going a lot with my girl, and that's like my getaway though, like because I'm always busy. Mondays are literally like only day I have to like.
Very, very, very unusual getaway spot, but I like it though. I like it.
I think it's definitely a game changer once you have kids. It's a whole different experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think everybody has kids, right? On the panel, everybody has kids.
Yeah. And then I think another. What did you got? I got 2, but they're my stepkids, so they're not mine. And we're working on it.
Yeah.
You know, but I come from that. You know, I come from a stepdad situation, so like I
consider those kids like my kids.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
My dad took me in at a really young age, and he's my dad. You know, I don't see it any other way.
Don't even like.
I don't even think about it.
Like that's your blood dad to you, bro.
It's like the other dude's the donor.
I feel the same way. 100%. Like not to darken it up, but my pops passed away recently. My step pops, but he was like a dad. Like, cause my real dad wasn't in the picture and shit. So, yeah.
And I feel like so many times it's like the stigma of like, they're not your kids or that. I'm like,
Nah, he claimed us since day one.
Real men, hey bro, those
You
men.
claimed this on taxes?
It's stupid.
No, but those are real men.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
So shout out to parents, step parents, anybody taking care of their kids.
Absolutely, I agree.
I think I had another guilty pleasure. It's playing video games. I don't play that much.
Okay, bad,
But, I used to love playing FIFA.
Yeah.
And all that shit. But I don't get time to really do it anymore.
Right.
But when I do, I'm fucking in there.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. No, I feel like
My team, like my real team, is Manchester United. I love them, but we suck. We're kind of like it's like, kind of like being a Raider fan. And I'm a Raider fan.
Yeah.
So I don't really like talking.
Tough.
I'm a Cowboy fan. I know. I hear that.
You're what?
I'm a Cowboy fan.
Oh shit, bro, we're in the same boat.
Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, I know. It hurts. It hurts every year.
Green Bay.
Okay, real quick, you're a Green Bay fan?
Yeah.
Okay, I've always said this shit. Shout out my homie Cheese is probably in the chat. I always said if I was a Raiders fan, I'd be a Green Bay fan. I love their franchise, bro. Like the franchise, all the quarterbacks that they have. Like I don't want to talk too much about sports, but dog, I respect the Green Bay franchise. The homie Ethan's a Green Bay fan. Like a lot of homies of mine are.
Shout out to Green Bay. You already
It was
know.
a catch, man. It was a catch. When Des Bryant caught that ball in the corner touchdown for that playoff game. That's all I remember about Green Bay. I hate Green Bay with a passion.
Hey, by the way, every time we play Yo Cowboys, we win, bro. We always beat y'all, bro. I don't know what it is. But nah, that's amazing, brother. That's amazing, man. What's next for you? Like, you got any upcoming shows that you want to promote, or?
March is all busy and booked. I mean, I'm gonna have. So we're doing this. I have this disco dance party thing that I do at Bart. We're gonna have one at the end of the month on the 20. That way, anybody watching that wants to come, it's a free event.
At Bart. Oh yeah.
And are you on YouTube and everything like
I am
that?
on YouTube. Mostly all my shit is on Instagram. That's gonna be.
That TikTok thing be going. I be seeing you on TikTok like every day.
The 21st.
Yeah, that
On TikTok?
Yeah.
You know, I need to step my TikTok game up. I think Instagram is like where I found like my foundation of people. But that and YouTube, being that I'm on YouTube all the time, like I'm like, bro, I need to get on there. And I feel like that shit's so hard too. Like you gotta be so consistent. It's like that's one of the things like that's so hard. It's like I'm always so busy already, and then like doing the nighttime shit, like you're tired at the end of the week. I'm like 35, so sometimes I'm tired. I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank in a year, but like I'm still tired, and I still gotta get. We see each other at the gym almost every morning during the week, you know. So I go to the gym. I'm fucking dead. And
You got an in-shape too?
I go to the shape too. That's where I've seen you. That's where.
That's crazy. No, I had a rough couple of days because I've been busy, but I'll be back on Monday.
Yeah.
No, we got kids, so like, it's hard to balance all that, you know. So, that's what I see.
Yeah. Now, by the way, we all go to In Shape, including me too. I know what it look like. Oh man. Yeah. I be trying to be consistent, but shit happens, you know. Like, gotta take care of business, bro.
With that being said, I mean, you go to the gym, you're a father, like, and you said you started this in 2007. I'm sure you know that's a long process. I'm sure you had doubts and everything, and like that must have been, you know, hard. You had to sacrifice things. I'm interested. What kind of things? What are some of the
it affects your relationships. So a lot of relationships are lost. Time with family, like I think that's one of the biggest things. Like grandma, grandpas, some uncles, aunts. You know, like some things that just went by so quick that like I just miss. You know, and I still do till this day because I'm DJing so much. Like when I tell you, I'm like every weekend. Like this Saturday is like a free Saturday. I haven't had a free Saturday in a month or two, you know. So a lot of time.
What you gonna do with that free Saturday? What's the plan?
Sleep. No, that's what I do. I tell everybody like I really don't. I don't listen to music on the way to somewhere. I'm usually listening to YouTube. Like I don't go and party as much anymore. I live the party all the time, you know. So it's like when I'm done, I'm like, dude, I need some peace and quiet or some sleep. So or going to
because I could see how that could be like a little overwhelming. Every night you got music and just the vibe and everything. Yeah, you need a break from that shit.
girls, guys, you know, like
Everybody looking for love and the whole like,
Ain't nobody looking for love in the club.
they be trying, oh yeah, see my husband. I called him. That's what they doing. Like, oh, that's my girl. Like, you don't even know her, dog.
That's so funny. What I was getting into about DJing and what was I talking about? What's all right?
Yeah, sacrifices.
And I think that's a big thing too. Is like going back to like losing relationships. 'Cause I think that's one of the biggest things that like DJs go through. Is like, thankfully I found a girl who's like able to like understand it. One, she's not a jealous girl. Like, and two, like she understands it. Like, and she's not with me because of those reasons. And I think so many relationships and friendships and things were lost when I was younger. Because one, I was drinking so much, and two, like. I was around these girls and around these friends that I thought liked me for who I was, you know, but they were just in the booth to be with the DJ. They were just kicking it with me because we were going to the shows.
Right.
You know? So there's a lot of things that I've now sacrificed as much, like, as far as like friendships, I guess, too, like, that I've sacrificed, and I'm like, you know what, like, this shit don't, like, work for me no more. Like, I'm going to stop being such, I've always been, I'm a Gemini, and I always say I'm a Gemini like Pop because I'm a fucking sweetheart and I'm a teddy bear. Yeah. But once I reach this threshold, it's like
The grizzly bear gonna come out.
for real though. And that's the thing about me is like I feel like I would just give so much of my time to people that didn't deserve it. And now it's like, fuck that. I'm making these sacrifices of like not being out as much in certain places just because I don't need that certain energy to like, that shit is real. I'll be wearing this model for a reason because that should be like sucking and draining and like intuition is real. Like, fuck that shit. I feel that shit and like, I feel it and I see it.
Okay, I'm gonna just say that right now since you brought that up. I was just talking about this. There's something going around in the air. Protect yourselves. Protect yourselves.
Well, you mean like literally, like?
Oh no.
Okay. I'm like, damn, it's another COVID 2.0. Lockdowns is over.
I feel the same way. I agree, and I think that, like that's one of the negatives I think with the DJ scene and any like industry. It's like there's so much like
in general, bro.
Yeah, man. And there's so much like low key like there's so much money for all of us to make and not affect anybody's bread or anything or anybody's growth. But there's this like good job, but I wish it was me. You know, and it's like I think I mentioned it before too. It's like this whole thing where like people do something and they do some dope shit, and they ride on that and they shit on everybody who's lower than them. When it's like, bro, there's so much, or homegirl or homie, like there's so much more that you guys could do, and I forget some of the things that I've done because I have this imposter syndrome where I'm like, damn, I did that. Oh yeah, I did do that. That shit's fucking pretty tight, you know, like, and like when people ask me about Coachella, I'll play it off sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I don't like talking about it because I'm like, in my head, I'm still like, how stuff that, like, they care too much about what other people fucking think. Push it out.
Exactly.
Get better, but don't just be like, this is good enough, and I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
we
podcast
was.
stuff.
We
You were
was.
like, bro, I want to keep going. I want to keep doing it, and that's facts, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I think you guys should do. You guys are doing something dope, you know, and there's always more to do.
And one thing about, like, I feel like you meet, like, really cool people too, bro. Like when you networking and you're doing like podcasting or you're doing DJing or it's just anything in like music or entertainment, you meet like celebrities. It's like, it's cool, bro. It's fucking hella dope.
That's motivation. I feel like that's PC pushing. Like, you know what, you can bounce off of that.
Right. Like we don't all have to be DJs to encourage each other. Like I have so many different creative homies. Like my homie owns a creperie, you know, and I'm inspired by his grind and doing all that. You know, I'm inspired by you guys doing the podcast. My other homie's doing podcast. My other homie's doing YouTube. Like things that I am not good at, but I appreciate the grind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's not enough people that like
Stay on their grind.
stay on their grind and like appreciate somebody who works hard, and like when somebody's in a place where they're like, oh shit, somebody's doing something dope, and it's always like the why them, and it's like because they put in that fucking work, and it's always mostly behind the scenes where that work is put. So it's like.
Yeah, people just see like the limelight. They see the glam. They don't look at the work that you put in to get to this point. You know what I mean?
Views on the podcast, or they see the Coachella or this, and it's like, why him though? But it's like
That's hating.
It's hating. It's like why? Because I came back 3 years ago, and like you guys don't know who I am, but look at all the work that I've done. You know? And it's like, and I feel like I'm in a new era now where I'm finally saying the things that I've done proudly. I was always so ashamed before to be like, oh yeah, I've done this.
No, you was being humble. I feel like you was just being humble, bro.
And I think so too. And like I said, I revert back to like what my mom always said, like kill people with kindness and always be humble. Like, and I think there's just not enough of it. There's a lot of fake humble.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fake fake being
Fake
cool
love.
with each other, fake love. You know, so
That's true.
There'd be a lot of that.
Too much.
I think it's a lot. I think it's like a big desert thing too. It's like this culture in our desert. Like sadly, like it's a lot of like why them and not us.
That's that poverty mindset. Like, you know
Poverty
what?
mindset.
And that's-
Crabs in the bucket.
Yes, and that's a lot of, comparison. You know, you got to be good with yourself. You got to realize everybody's made differently for a reason. You know, you start comparing yourself. You're comparing yourself to every single person. You know, you're going to waste your time doing all that. Now you're missing time for yourself. You could have been doing something big like somebody else. You know?
Exactly.
I'm gonna butcher this, but they said comparison is the biggest enemy of happiness because you compare yourself to somebody that might be doing better than you, and it's like fuck, you know what I mean? And you can't truly appreciate your own situation because you like compare yourself to them, you know what I mean? So.
And quiet be cool. Like they be like, oh, they kind of envy you too. Like, oh, you have time with your kid, or you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And that's why I feel like the whole thing, going back to like what are some of my goals, it's like building community. It's like doing it the right way and not doing it how like my OGs did it, and then we're like super hater mentality, very like, oh, if you can't DJ like this, then you can't do it. Like going back to the technology thing, like dude, I don't care what you DJ on, if you can rock a party, that's fucking dope. So yeah, I feel like I think that's where we're moving at though. As far as like community, it's like we're finally starting to build that respect for like one another. You know? And obviously, there's still going to be like people that are not like that, and that's okay. And those are the people that are going to be pushed to the corner, you know, because nobody wants that negative energy and shit.
Oh, for sure.
You know, especially if you can't like be able to speak like a civilized person to the other person and explain to them like, yo, dog, I don't really fuck with this because of this. You know, people don't do that no more. People do like,
damn right.
Want to avoid confrontation, but it's like, for what? You know, and there's been a lot of situations where I've had with people and like, you know, I go and talk and we talk and we talk and that's it. And if it's this, then it's this, and if it's not, then it's not. But I feel like there's so much for us to build and grow out here. It's like there's no need of that like negative bullshit, you know.
what would be the requirements? Let's say we're like, man, I wanna DJ at Reforma. Man, how can I get in there? How would we like?
That question, that's a lot. One, I'm not in charge of that shit. Two, I mean, if you want to get yourself in a place where it's a certain type of music or whatever, I mean, obviously Reforma Friday, Saturdays, there's usually a lot of Latin shit. I would say up your game on whatever party you want to play, and really kind of understand whatever the promoter or the person throwing that shit, like how they want it, and just keep coming out and making those networks. Like I feel like so many people try to like hit the door but never come out to like kick it with me at a DJ gig. Like come kick it, bro. Like meet the people, because guess what? One of those handshakes are gonna be like, oh, you DJ too? Oh shit! Like you know what? I need a DJ for fucking next Thursday because somebody knows. And that's like, you know, like shout out to homie Gotti. There was a double booking thing and one of the DJs had to be somewhere else. So I hit up the homie and I was like, hey, one of the homies from Forma, and I was like, yo, this guy could like open for me. Like he would be dope. And boom. And now he's playing more times at the party. So that's like a perfect example of like just getting your foot in the door, just like coming around and like making yourself. And being, honestly, not being a piece of shit.
Yeah,
being a cool person will get you a long way. And like, I feel like for me, that's one of the biggest things. But I don't have any fucking negative bone in my body, and I don't feel like I need to hate on anybody. So I think that's put me into situations where, and I'm gonna explain to you guys, one of the most important situations is I did the Tamale Festival.
Fire. I was there.
I did the Tamale Festival in 2022. I couldn't do any other days. I only did the Thursday. Okay? And that gig, the person that paid me out for that was the person who threw my name into the pot for Coachella. I ended up finding that shit out. And why? Because I was a fucking nice person there.
Yeah.
You know, not because she was the person paying me out, but because I wanted to meet everybody. Oh, you guys are all throwing this festival. Like, oh, hi, how you doing? Oh, here you go, B. Hey, so. And I had no idea, bro. Like, when I was at Coachella, I was like, yo, who the fuck? And they were like, yo, thank so-and-so because she threw your name in the pot. And I was like, wow. For coming through last minute for something like Tamale Festival. You know, and it was like a Thursday, which was opening day. It wasn't many people there, you know. I was playing mostly cumbia all night, you know. All the other deals were there, you know. And I just was DJing in between sets. I didn't go and complain and be like, fuck, why am I not the main act, you know? Like, I just did my shit, I shut the and because of that gave me opportunity. So going back, it's like, I feel like more DJs need to be willing to, okay, if you're just a house DJ, like, that's cool, but learn everything else, because you can maybe get yourself into a different avenue, you know. And I feel like that's what it was for me. Like I can tell you, like, yes, I love doing just house. I love rocking the club shit, but I've had to learn all the in between genres to get myself into rooms that like where I'm in now, you know, and like I don't know.
No, that I agree. That's how most of my connections be coming. Just like good energy, just be like out and about and be like, hey, what's up? It's not that hard. If you were a DJ, it's not that hard to get into the DJ booth. I'll be out of town somewhere else. I'll be in the DJ booth.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's because you're a cool guy and you're just a good vibe.
Oh, yes, it's a good vibe. Like, oh, what's up? Oh, yeah.
And you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say this for any DJs watching: the wrong way to do it is going to a club and one being entitled, and two being like telling the other DJ like, yo, can I put my flash drive in? Oh, like, or can I put
Yes, bro. That's a wild request.
Oh, it happens. It happens. And it's happened at Reforma to me a couple times. And I'm like, bro, no. What are you doing?
When you say it happens
From time to time. Like, but the funniest one for me is like when I'm at a club and there's some during festival season, and some random dude is like, oh, hey, I'm a DJ from wherever. I have like a famous song or whatever. And I just signed it. Can you play it right now? And I'm like, no. And he's like, I was like, no, I don't have no Wi-Fi. He's like, I can airdrop it to you right now. Fucking song right now. I don't care if you're fucking Tiesto right now. Okay, maybe it's Tiesto, but like, even then I'm like, bro, no. Like, yeah, I've had that. I've had a couple rappers do that to me too.
Have you ever done it? Have you ever been like, fuck it, let me see what he working with?
Have you ever heard the song before?
No.
Like,
And what if it was hard though?
The only
Like,
time I did that was at Chill Bar. Shout out Chill Bar.
Okay.
Shout out to all the gay homies, all the LGBT homies,
chill.
and homegirls. I do Chill Bar from time to time, and there was like this really famous like drag person there.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but the homie was like, bro, so and so is like famous, and she came and asked me to play like one of her songs. I guess it might have been like on RuPaul or something.
Yeah.
So I was like,
fuck it.
you know, so it's the only like moments like that where it's like.
By the way, was her song hard or what? Was it slapping?
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
It was like a popular one. I forgot what it was, but it was like a popular version of a famous song. Yeah. So yeah, shout out Chill Bar.
Fire.
Yeah, dude, that shit is funny. I was like, man, you're fucking asking me to play in the bartender came up.
Have because I know I've done this, bro. I would shoot like the DJ like a little 10 spot to play a song. Have you got any fat tips from people requesting songs?
No, I am all for. Okay, so I think the biggest entitlement now with like technology and TikTok and all this shit is like people thinking that DJs are like their podcast or their iPod, you know?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things that got me into DJing was like going seeing DJs and going and getting put on to like different music. I think people should let the DJs do what they gotta do.
Absolutely.
If they don't like the music, they should go to another place. Straight up. Why? Because it's like a process too, you know? It's like play Bad Bunny's most popular song at 9:30 just because you and your 5 friends are in the corner.
Hey, you know, that is a good point. I never heard nobody break it down before, but I get it now.
Think about it. It's like we're putting a presentation on, you know, but it's with music and it's with all your favorite songs. So I have to build up to a certain place. And also, a lot of times people don't even realize it's like sometimes we have theme nights that we have to stick to according to the promoters. Sometimes we can't repeat songs. You know, because that's our livelihood. It's our job. So then we get reported back like, yo, he repeated songs. He was playing all the bangers at fucking 10 o'clock. Like, yes, I get it. You know, people want to have fun and listen to their favorite songs over and over again. But it's not how it goes, especially on a professional DJ night. Like,
Well, depending on where you go, because some clubs, bro, they play that shit over and over and over and over.
We're not like that.
and I'm pretty sure I know what spots you guys are talking about, but no, and that's fine though. No, but I'm saying like if you're gonna go to a curated night where it's like a place like Reforma, you have to understand like there's so much shit that goes behind the scenes that like we need to abide by certain rules while still having to come and please the crowd, you know. And it's like if it's a Bad Bunny night, let's say the other night was a Bad Bunny night. Well, I have to play all these Bad Bunny songs, right? Yeah. But also like they sold Y2K tickets, so it was like shit. It's a Bad Bunny night, but now I have to cater to some of the Y2K crowd that's in here. Burning them out. How do I, fit all?
You gotta entertain them both.
Oh, so it's like this whole thing that people don't realize. Like DJs are literally curing the night, and like a lot of times, like we come prepared for something, and it's a whole different thing, you know. And I think people just need to kind of lay back, relax. The
Have
money
some
does
respect.
help.
I think respect.
Yeah.
Respect comes a long way. Respect comes a long way, and yeah, no.
Can I ask like a more technical DJ question? Because I always wonder like what's up with that with the headphones? Like, are you guys hearing what we're hearing? Or are you hearing it like in a van?
So we're listening to the cues. So it's like, let's say song A and song B. Song A is playing, but I'm listening to song B to see how it's gonna blend.
Wow.
Yeah. So and a lot of times, like, I mean, now we have technology where we can see the song most of the time. But that comes from like back in the day of like doing it on vinyl and like not being able to see how the song looks like and then mixing that in and like seeing if it's bad.
Well, when you say see how it looks like, so when you look at your computer screen, there's
Yeah,
something that shows you if it
there's
blends.
waveforms that I can.
Wow.
I can see like the breakdown of the beat, and like I can tell like red is like bass, and green is like mids, and blue is like boom, boom, boom. So you can see kind of what's gonna come.
Right.
But that also comes with like knowing music theory and like understanding song structure and how usually every song is built. So it's like you can DJ without not knowing like a full song, but like there's so much.
Fascinating.
That is fascinating.
You know, and
Interesting.
And that all, like, I keep repeating myself. It's like, there's a lot of good DJs out there, you know, a lot of good DJs, great DJs that have been only DJing for a long time, but a little bit of time, but there's so much that comes what makes a well-rounded DJ. Anybody, all of us can be good, great DJs.
Yeah,
and go to a party and play a great party. We can all play bangers. We can all play right? We can do that.
I like
we
that.
can all do that, but can you do a fucking a special event at the Air Museum for Modernism Week with a bunch of billionaires and know how to curate that? Yeah, not a lot of us want to do that, but like that shit pays a lot.
That's a bag. Yeah, absolutely.
And also, it's like sometimes like really artistic shit is done in those settings. You know, like I had my resident. Shout out Palm Springs Art Museum. I was the first DJ to play and have a residency there on every Thursday. And my whole goal was to like go in there and play art around art. You know, now I don't know if they still have DJs there.
They be
but
doing every once in a while.
yeah.
Like, I'm going to a rave. I'm like, where? The art museum.
Art museum, they do raves there?
Oh, you're talking about the Air Museum.
That's the Air Museum. That's news to me.
That place is, so
Every other Thursday.
Are you serious?
no. At the art museum, they have like Thursday. It's free Thursdays, but I always get
I heard it was cracking there on Thursday.
Oh yeah, it is. It's nice. It's free. 5 to 8.
Oh yeah. My boy told
Oh, okay. All right. I might have to check it out.
We about to be there Thursday.
Well, look, I think we should wrap it up. We just hit an hour. You wanna
Oh, we gotta end on positive. Everybody got a positive, some positive to say.
oh, like some positive shit? Oh, man.
What's a positive thing to say?
Chase your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't accomplish it. Be yourself. Don't let nobody change you. And don't let and family can get in the way of your success sometimes. So do your research and follow your heart.
I can dig it.
Wait, my turn? I think my motto, I got it tatted on me. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep hacking at that shit. It's like that meme when the dudes are mining and there's like diamonds on the side. The other dude gave up and walked this way. You could be right there at the fucking diamond. Don't stop. Keep going. That's all.
I like that.
I like that.
Stay true. Spread love. Spread respect for yourself, for your peers, your community. You know, support one another. Let's all raise our frequency together. Make this, place welcome for all of us. A great place for us to grow and prosper.
Absolutely.
And props to you for all your hard work for all that time pushing. Yes.
I
You
can
deserve
dig it.
every single, thing that you have.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I like it.
Absolutely.
I like it. I like it a lot. Shout outs to Double I. I like that. Thank you. Like I said,
Shout out
connections.
Double
Connections be crazy. They were like, I heard about Buns of Papers. Once you come on down there, I said, all right, I got a gig for you. So keep chasing your dreams, keep grinding, stay DJing.
Yeah.
Stay
creating.
Stay creating. Chase the
Smoking.
bag. Stay smoking. Buns of Papers podcast, highest podcast. Buns of Papers podcast, highest podcast in the world. Thank you.
Peace, guys.
See you on the next one.
That was fun, guys.